Have you got hold of a beautiful new Rainbow High doll? But, oh no, she's not as articulated as the older girls used to be. Luckily for you, the problem is really easily solved. First of all, you're going to free that new girl from her box. Just make sure that you protect her beautiful long hair. You don't want to snip off any of those strands while you're getting her out. Now, there are lots of older dolls with the fully articulated bodies. All you've got to do is find one. You can get them in a charity shop. You could pick them up from Facebook Marketplace, but make sure that the skin tone is a match. Then you're going to undress both girls. For the process of switching heads, they do need to be completely nude as we're going to be dipping them in some water. Now you'll see at the moment that their heads are very hard. If you try to pull them off now, you will break their necks. So please don't. What we need to do is make their heads really, really warm, which will get them soft and make them be able to come off without doing any damage to the body. There are a few ways we can do it, but the easiest one is with boiling water. I use my induction stovetop to boil water, but if you prefer to use a kettle, you can boil it that way. Just make sure that you have a large enough vessel to dip your whole doll in that you have filled with boiling water. When it is fully boiled, you're going to turn it off the heat, take it off the heat. If it was in your kettle, pour it straight into that large pot, and then start with the doll whose body you're going to be using, and you're going to literally just plunge her into the water. She can lie there for a while having a nice hot bath. Every now and then you're just going to grab her out, you're going to squeeze her head, and when it feels super duper soft, you will know that it is ready to come off. Now do be careful, that hot hair will burn your hands, so I use a cloth to protect my hands from the hair. I'm gonna wiggle it round and squeeze it until that neck hook just pops out. And then you're gonna put that head and body to the side, and you're gonna do exactly the same thing with the other doll. So the doll whose head you're gonna be using, you can just plunge her straight in the water, lay her down. If you need to use a spatula to hold her under the water, then you can do that. And you're just going to keep her in there. It only takes about 30 seconds to a minute holding her in the water, or just waiting until her head is nice and soft again. Don't worry about the hair. It is a great opportunity to get that hair nice and wet because we're going to give it a wash afterwards. These dolls, they do come with a lot of product in their hair, and this process is a great excuse to give them a beautiful hair wash. Now, once the second doll's head is soft, you're going to do exactly the same thing. Grab that cloth, protect yourself, pull and wiggle her body to the side until it pops out. And then all you need to do is reverse that process. Get that jointed body and wiggle it in. It's going to be even easier to push in than it was to pull out. As a little bonus, you can do the same thing to the old doll. She's not going to have a jointed body, but nonetheless, she's a fun doll. You could always give her to a charity shop if you don't want her that way. And now what a great opportunity while the hair is wet to give that doll a nice condition, make her hair all soft. Treat her as though she was a human being. Use some beautiful shampoo, whatever you like best, to wash through her hair, rubbing it into the roots so that it covers every little bit and squishing it round. And then you can just rinse it off like she was a person. And then you can do it with conditioner as well. That's going to make her hair beautiful and soft, and it's going to get rid of all of that nasty product that MGA puts in their dolls' hair before they sell them. Using your fingers or a comb to get it through every little thread. You can, of course, do that with the second doll as well, or you can just set her away to dry if you're giving her away to a charity store. Your special new doll, make sure you take the opportunity now to brush her hair while it's nice and wet. That'll make it really smooth and neat when she comes out. And after that, when you're happy with her, you can just stand her somewhere to dry until that beautiful hair and that new body are all ready to go. And that is literally everything. You can dress her up in her old outfit. You can pose her now. She's going to be an awesome doll to pose, to display, and to have fun with for you, for a child, for anyone.